Alright, hello to the rest of chat. I forgot to hit the go live button, so I was not live on YouTube this whole time. Yay. Yay me. Alright, so we are going to change this back to lines. Because this is supposed to be data, and I don't want the namespaces to collide. Say if, want to see the error. And we're actually going to return from there with nothing. /r /n, which will split the entire content of the file into an array. So we'll change this to file data, right? Because that's more accurate. We'll say for let I equals 0, I less than. Wait, no, I can't use. For let L in lines, because I don't know the length of lines. Now, in this particular oh, hey. So I had all kinds of stuff covering things on my other monitor, so I've not been able to see chat. That's good news, 9 hertz. That's good. So when you use this nomenclature in JavaScript, it's easy to assume that L will receive the value of the current iteration. It doesn't. It actually receives the index of the array. So you like if you do this in any other language, in C# or in Perl or anything, the variable over an iterator like that assumes the value of the array being iterated at its current iteration point. In JavaScript, it doesn't. So you have to say some interesting shenanigans here. So we're going to say if lines L matches beginning of line and that pound sign, then we're going to treat that line like it's a comment. No, actually, I'm not going to do it because I know that file doesn't have any comments, and I'm not entirely sure you have to escape that pound like that. Let's just get to the root of the data. So we'll say let line equals lines L split on the colon, because the file is laid out so that it is key value pairs separated by a colon. So while this right here will separate the entire file by its new line characters, create an array, this will turn line into an array that is key value pairs, functionally making it look like a kind of like a hash, right? And then what I'm going to do is we're going to go right here, say let temp conf equals an empty object, and then we're going to say temp conf equals, oh no, I'm sorry, line 0 equals line 1. I'm just going to change this. So this is not get. This is going to be get client data. And we're actually going to just return that temp conf from here. Okay, now I'm going to say function get auth from Twitch. Say let config equals get client data if config, or if client ID. Is that how you wrote it? Yeah. If client ID in config, or actually, this, we're going to double wrap this, put a bang in front of it to gate it. So if client not client is in config, we're going to console log config error client ID missing. And is Dia?
We've got ads.
You can try 9 hertz as far as that video goes, but there are upload limitations on Discord that are beyond my control. You might do better to just upload it to YouTube, man, and then link the video in Discord. All right, so now I know my config object is normal. So create. We're going to create an HTTP request for resources, documents, authentication. We're going to go here. Then we're going to go right to, where's my path? Authorization code. We have to call this, essentially. Again, this still doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but we'll see what we get, right? All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to say let auth URL equals id.twitch TV/authorize. It's a pretty normal endpoint. Plus question mark response type code plus ampersand client ID equals plus we add our config client ID ampersand client I guess I don't need the secret for this, but we'll see. Redirect URI equals localhost 2000 and scope equals I need a list of scopes actually. Well, so there's the question you asked only has one answer. If you want to learn web design, then you have to learn front end because web design is the art of making these things look pretty. That's what design is. If you want to get into full stack development, then you're going to learn then you're going to have to learn back end and front end. Now, I started with front end design. I learned HTML first because HTML is the easy, okay? And then I learned CSS right behind that. And then I learned JavaScript right behind that. Or enough JavaScript to be dangerous, not enough JavaScript to be any kind of skilled with it. Not like this. This is pretty high level JavaScript. Okay? From there, okay, this is going to be a lot. From there, my life exploded. So, back in the day, when I first got into most of what I'm doing now, I was actively playing RuneScape with my girlfriend at the time and a few friends that we had made on the other side of the country. And we had a clan. Well, now back then, clans weren't actually supported by RuneScape at all. There was no inter-game mechanics for clans to be able to operate and organize. So most of us did it with external websites. But even that wasn't really allowed because RuneScape had a pretty strict ban on ever sharing URLs with other players in game. So it's a bit risque, but whatever. At that time, it became problematic for me because I needed to be able to access the RuneScape high score list, but there was no real good way to do that because they didn't have an API for it yet. And not that I knew how to use an API back then. I barely understood a little bit of JavaScript. Like I wasn't a programmer at all. I knew nothing about programming. And it became apparent that I was going to have to scrape this data myself from the high score list since there was no way to access it, and then figure out how to turn that data into something I could use for my website. And I started learning PHP. Now, I had a web host that I was using that supported PHP, but I didn't want to test my code on a live website. That's a bad idea. So I started looking around and I found some tools that I can install locally on my computer. And I'll actually show you what those are. If you go to, it's made by a company called Apache Friends. It's called XAMPP. I'm gonna dot this right now. It's real important. This is a great tool to learn with. Okay, because this will build a fully functional Apache web server, database, install PHP, Perl. It comes with an FTP server. It comes with all kinds of shit. This is a gigantic package. And for learning, it is awesome. Do not try to deploy anything production using this tool or you will get fucked by every hacker on the internet. Okay? Trust me, this is not a secure tool. So, this is what I use to learn PHP. And I fucking hate PHP. What a giant pile of garbage. It is bloated. It is slow. They're only... I mean, to be fair, I started learning PHP when PHP 3 was still what was being used. And I was there when we migrated to 4, and it was still trash. I don't know what version they're on now. I haven't been to the PHP website in ages, but go to php.net. Well, this website has barely fucking changed in 20 years. We're at PHP 8 now. Okay, so probably a little bit more secure. Definitely not faster. Yeah, it can't be. It cannot possibly be faster. I don't care how much Zend optimizer you punch into this thing, you are not going to get it fast. There's just the namespaces or the main namespace in the language is just so convoluted with functions that it can't get out of its own way. This is the tool to use, Perl. However, Perl is hard. Perl is very fucking hard. And Perl is what I learned. When I realized that PHP was just so full of fucking problems and security issues, I needed another solution, and I had made a friend. His name is Rodney Rindles. He's currently now the CEO of... Does this site not work, Rod? Seriously? There it is. He is the owner and CEO of this company. This is a company that does that installs and configures management tools for very, very large networks, management and monitoring tools, specifically IBM Tivoli tools. Very, very cool stuff. I actually worked for Rod for a time. Neat. So, anyway, he teaches me a little bit about Perl. I took the ball and ran with it, and I've become a master level Perl programmer. Like, it's been 20 years. So, and most of my website backends now I build with Perl. It's outdated for sure, like the language is outdated, but that doesn't mean it's bad. It's just not commonly used, and Perl uses very old methods of doing things. So installing tools is harder. Installing libraries is a little more involved. So this was all fine for using XAMPP, but when it was time to build a website and actually deploy it to a machine, nothing was configured to work right. Not for Perl. I had to learn how to build my own shit from the ground up. So I bought a spare desktop computer. It was a piece of garbage compact I bought from Salvation Army for like $20, and it had a 6 gig hard drive in it, which was more than enough. I installed Red Hat Enterprise Linux version 4, I think, or something, and then I had to learn how to work with Linux. I learned how to configure my environment, and then build Apache, and then build Perl, and then tie the two together, and then get a database working, which I started obviously with MySQL because that's what everybody used, but MySQL is another piece of shit. So I switched to PostgreSQL, which is a way better database. And I mean, again, all of this took time, right? None of this happened overnight. It took me a solid year of breaking this shit to get all of it to work right. And so now, yeah, I'm technically a full stack developer. I can deploy a website from literally the ground up, and I have done so right here on stream. I have a website that lives in this virtual machine. I can start it at any time, and boom, web server stands right up. So there is a lot to this, but the things I'm describing to you, I'm describing because at the time I was poor. And I didn't have a way to just have things work, right? If I wanted things to work, I had to learn how to fix them myself. So I went from a guy that does a little bit of web development, a little bit of web design, mind you, not development, design, to full stack engineer, systems architect, database administrator, like the whole 9 yards. And it was a lot. It's absolutely worth the education because there isn't a system in the world I can't fix now. Not, at least if it falls within my wheelhouse, right? Like, there are some outlying machines that I don't know anything about. Like, I don't fuck with IBM OS2. Like, that's old tech. There are guys out there better qualified, and it doesn't serve me to learn it. OS2 is kind of cool though, and the AS400 database and whatnot. Yeah, it was a rough time, but it was the most educational time of my life. Absolutely, I put on so much new information and was able to retain it literally in a year, which is actually why Rod hired. because my sheer capability is on par with his, and that's saying something. This dude is one of the smartest fucking people I've ever met. When it comes to technology, all right, he's about 10 years older than me. He was around when we were all still talking to each other with Telnet over news groups and shit. And when the internet consisted of actually dialing other computers. So anyway, if you want to get into development, this is a good place to start, but do not become dependent on it because it will hurt you. And at some point or another, it'll break. It will break. It just does that. So back up your shit often. Don't mess with config files unless you know what you're doing. Oh yeah, in just a year. In probably less than a year, if I'm 100% honest. Like, it's been a long time. It's been, more than like 20 years since I've had to do all of this. Now I have this. This little file right here. Looks unassuming. It's a little white file with a tar.gz logo on it, right? Or extension on it. Hey there, Blue Grenade. This tool, this file, is actually a special archive that I can only unpack on Linux because it's tar.gz. There is a Windows tool for that, but I won't install it because it's garbage. If I drag this into one of my Linux machines, I can run one command, and it will open up this archive and dump my entire tool suite out. I run maybe 8 more commands with my tool suite, and my entire environment is built. Web server, database, Perl, bindings, core libraries I use all the time, all of it exists in an instant. Takes about 3 hours, though. Because I got tired of building all of that shit from by hand, so I wrote scripts to do it for me. Do I have any... It's the wrong program. No, I don't. Okay. Yeah. But I also had an absolute love for what I'm doing. Like a love for web design and development. I had a screaming thirst for knowledge all the time. I wanted to learn more things. I wanted challenges that I didn't understand anything about. Because in learning that, and in learning how to approach those kinds of problems, I was just consuming so much new information, and at the time, retaining it. Now, I say at the time, and you'll hear me say that quite a bit, there was a vast difference between my ability to learn in my 20s and my ability to learn now. Okay, I'm 42 years old, and I suffered a head injury many years ago that left me, I don't want to say learning disabled, because I'm not, but I feel like I am a little bit. Like, I have a really hard time retaining information. Things get foggy and cloudy, and just, I constantly have to refresh myself on anything I have learned after I had that head injury. Well, yeah, Blue Grenade, it's in an instant, but it takes 3 hours. It's in an instant because that's how fast I can run the commands. They all finish 3 hours later, and that's when I get up, go take a shower, take a shit, probably not in that order, maybe run down to Walmart, buy some things, And remember, I use this tool for work, right? So I tell a client, yeah, I'm going to build an environment today. It's going to take about 8 hours. And they say, okay. I run these tools and get up and leave. And then I get paid. Because technically, if you sat there doing all of the work that these tools do, it would take you about 8 hours to finish by hand. And if you don't know what you're doing, obviously longer. If you have problems with the architecture or something, these tools automatically account for that, right? These tools work on anything new, obviously, but they also work on i586s. You know how fucking hard it is to install something on a 586? Why'd you get a bit dumber? You're not understanding the math? You have to run a command that looks something like this. Actually, I'll do it for everybody in chat to see. Notepad. Running command looks something like this. Not make, I actually forget what the other tool's called. That's how long it's been since I've had to do this. Yeah, there's about 4 more lines to go along with that. You have to type all of that out, and then if it fails... Oh, you said your brain feels a little bit funny. Fuzzy. That's not good, man. If you have any headaches, drowsiness, anything like that, you need to go to the hospital now. No joke now. When there's a lot of shit that can happen to your head. Yeah, that's not okay. People need to keep their fucking hands to themselves. No, this isn't plugged in, is it? No. Will be in a second, though. Why? Why do you have to turn USB things around 7 times before you can plug them in? Because it's fucking bent. That's why. Shit. Hang on, chat. I'm doing a little repair.
We've got ads.
Fuck, I was muted the whole time. God damn it. Alright, I'll explain this again real quick. Blue grenade, when you Newton's law says that any object in motion wants to stay in motion. Any object at rest will want to stay at rest. Your brain lives in this sort of like liquid compartment in your body or in your head. So when somebody pushes you, right, your body moves, but your brain doesn't. Not as quickly, anyway. And your skull will actually come back and hit your brain. That's not terrible, right? Because there's a lot of liquid there and stuff, and things tend to move relatively the same. The problem is when you come to a stop, right? So when you run into something, okay, like a wall or a locker or something, your body hits that, and your brain keeps going and slams into the back of your skull or the side of your skull or whatever, depends on the direction you were pushed in, right? This can cause what's called a hematoma, which is a brain bleed, basically. Well, a hematoma is basically any kind of leakage of blood. But when you have one in your brain, it's real bad, okay? Because now you have blood leaking into the encasement of fluid around your brain, and that'll start putting excess pressure on your brain. That creates that sort of, that delirious feeling. Your vision gets a little fuzzy at first. If you leave it alone long enough, you'll go blind. Anyway, so if you're having like real bad headaches or anything like that, any kind of symptoms that something's like really wrong, go to the fucking hospital. Get your head x-rayed and have an actual medical professional look at it, because this can kill you. And it doesn't take long. Vision was shaky and fuzzy for like an hour. Yeah, I would have definitely had that looked at. And for future reference, if somebody puts their fucking hands on you, you need to find a way to stop them, one way or another. You know, if you're at school, say something to somebody that's, you know, it's in a position of authority, because it doesn't take much, right? Our bodies are way more sensitive than people think they are. Well, it's been how long now? How many hours passed since this occurred? All right, this whole thing got 100% derailed, but this is not what I want. This has to be over here. This one's the one I want over here. Okay. Did I lose you, Blue? Still there? Yeah, you're still there. If it's been more than like... well, as a general rule, don't hit women. Like, that's the thing. Like, even if they're bigger than you and it looks like they can take it, probably don't hit women. There's no good way to come out of that and still be okay. That's not what I wanted to do. Alright, separated by pluses. That's enough scopes, just to get an idea whether or not this is going to work. Yeah, no, that's when you go to somebody in authority and complain that there's a problem. And there's a whole process to this, right? So what you want to do, I said, if this is happening in school, and I tell my kids this too, start with the teacher. She's the person who's immediately responsible for what's happening around you. If this is happening out in the hallway or whatever, find the nearest teacher. Whatever. Okay? Do that. If this does not net you any results, and by any results I mean if the problem continues, you go to the principal. Okay? If this does not net you any results, and the problem continues, you call the police. Okay? Because what is happening to you is commonly referred to as assault, or in this state, we call it harassment, right? Because it's any harassment is punching, kicking, shout, agitating, annoying, basically any action you can take that is designed to irritate someone else but does not result in any real bodily harm. So no bruises, no red marks, any of that. You know, it's usually just pushing, shoving, kicking, just generally being a fucking irritation is harassment. It is punishable by a $300 fine. And when you tack court costs and all that on there, it totals up to about $390. This is not legal advice. This is my personal experience with the law. Right? Also, a lot of times, if you tell this person that you're going to do this next, you won't have to do that. It will get handled very quickly. Okay? If in the event, and unlikely, but if in the event, okay, you call the police and you still don't get any real results, because sometimes cops like to do this shit where they're like, oh, well, you're a guy and she's a girl and you should toughen up and she's just playing with you. Maybe she likes you or something. Call your local news company. Oh, well, it doesn't matter, dude. Her parents would be immediately responsible for it. Children in most states are not allowed to accrue any real debt or ever be financially liable for any debt owed. So go to her parents. You call the news station. This will get results. Okay? Because this will out her as an asshole, right? And it will also out them for not doing their job, him for not doing his job, and her for not doing it, or him for this individual for not doing their job. Okay? On top of on top of the bully. This will out everybody. Nobody wants you to do this. Nobody. This pisses everybody off. And it's an instant. Instantly. Anyway, there's that. Oh. I don't use get. I have to send. Yeah, no worries, man. Oh. Okay. I see. Why would you have to specify a port? That's ridiculous. Everybody knows it's port 80, unless it's something different. Alright, so it's not this. It's... fetch? Okay, I guess we're gonna do that. Because I'm already requiring HTTP, so... I don't really like this, but... Say... let request equals HTTP request auth URL. Oh, no. Say host name. It's not really accurate, though. Method get. Okay, so that's the options. And then I have the response object as a lambda. There, okay. Good. That's good. I want people to learn. All right, Blue, go get yourself some sleep, man. I keep losing my window there. All right. I don't know why he does it that way, but oh, I see. So say res on data chunk. We're just going to append that chunk to data. Res on end. So now I'm going to fire this as get auth from Twitch. This will fire. The script runs. Folder. PowerShell here. Or not. Oh. Okay, so this is technically a string. It needs to be quoted. As is it here. Still an issue. Hey FNAF, how you doing? How you feeling? Oh, it doesn't like that because that's not how you reference an array. Okay. Like that. Oh, right. Yep. Okay, so this is supposed to have a second parenthesis next to it. Okay. Just like as on end. Right here. 77. Oh, because this is meant to have that there. Okay. Got an interesting amount of information here. No such file directory, no tools config API conf. That's fair. That's not what that folder is called. It's called conf. Okay. Config error client ID is missing. Really? It's literally this thing. If client and if not client ID. Okay. Get address info. Authorized response type code. Okay, I'm gonna have to write like a whole series of functions to wrap that up too. I'm struggling. I'm struggling with API authorizations using OAuth 2. Probably because of all of this. If I'm 100% honest, okay, not found. Yeah, that's not the right URL. It's not even called OAuth 2 anymore. It's called Helix, isn't it? Let's find out. Yeah, no. Oh no, it's ID dot, not. So maybe it is. Aw. That is the sad. Get address info you not found. But that is the correct URL. Like, I can see, like, I should be getting an error, just that shouldn't be the error. What's up? Anyways. minutes. All right, we're just going to copy that. And then I'm going to paste it right here. In case I spelled something wrong. Do that a lot, actually. The biggest problem I have with a lot of the tools I write is my spelling. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of silver lining on that cloud there, FNAF. A lot. All in all, you are significantly better off now than you were, oh, I don't know, a month ago. Which I'm a big fan of, for sure. Okay, take this. Press enter, that copies it. I'm just going to Google it. Because something clearly changed, and I don't know what. My dog is whining and he wants me to take him out. This can't work. Because this is an HTTP GET URL. But the method is post. That makes no goddamn sense. Yeah, no, I didn't think that was going to work. Why is it? Get ADDR info. Let's grab all. Alright, guys, I'll be right back real quick. I gotta go walk the dog. He's driving me nuts with his nose whistling. So, me 5 minutes.
We've got ads.
Hola. I am the back. Oh, good tune too. Nice. Hey, Goldfish. Finesse not there in Twitch chat anymore. Oh wait. This song. It's called. Oh, it's called 10 Below. I believe this song plays in one of the unfinished worlds after you complete Animus. In either the Frozen world or yeah. This one I like a lot. I like Warfire. I like Warforged. No, I'm sorry. Not Warforged. What's it called? Warfire and Warfrost. Obviously, the Heartbound theme itself is really good. Baron's Parade is really good. We're moving on to the next one right now. 101. This is a really good one too. Saying it's a DNS problem, but that shouldn't be the case. I'm working on it. Why won't you go?
LL Goldfish LL2 from Twitch says, "Hey Keep, I guess Fernando now has to change his little PC thingy emulator because you added that regex thingy. IDK if you added more stuff."
Oh. Oh, that's right. That's right. He built a virtual machine of my emulating my desktop. Dude, I've added a bunch of shit since then. Like I've got 2 versions of StreamerBot on my computer. I added Audacity. I've got several folders worth of pictures and stuff and chat logs and shit from the legal battle that I was going through. Yeah, no, my computer's fucking jacked up compared to what it was. Okay, so how about if I say id.twitch.tv? Yeah, okay, so that works. Right. Initially, it'll ask the router. The router will immediately forward the request over to my primary DNS. Okay, so it's not a DNS problem, but it's acting like a DNS problem. All right, we're gonna have to go about this a slightly different way, I think. I don't using the standard HTTP. this HTTP package is obviously not working correctly. I need something that I can set up headers and stuff in a little bit better. This is not what I want. Here's the... That's not what I want either. Alright, what are you using? Oh, okay, no, I can use that. I just have to set it up correctly. Okay, that's fine. I'm dumb. Sometimes. You know, I really don't like the way JavaScript does things, and Node takes all of that ridiculousness and really amplifies the hell out of it. It's not that I'm dumb, it's that I'm being lazy. It bit me in the ass. Don't need that. Oh, I need headers. No, I do need params. But the params here are right here. So we're gonna say actually I'm gonna quote all of this. And then I need headers. I don't have this yet. This is what I'm trying to get. You shouldn't have to add this to the client ID, but I will. It's actually smart. He used a local variable or an environmental variable to trap it, where I stored it in a file. Oh, again, I want to quote the keys as well. They have underscores in them, and I don't know if that'll break stuff. Now we're just gonna fucking copy that. Okay, so that sets up the request options object. And I should be able to say, he's using Axios. I don't want to use Axios. It's using HTTP. So I'm going to say using just the post method. No, this is... What tool is that? Because you can't... Oh wait, yes you can. You can say... Oh. What is Kraken? What? Send it. That's for token. I'm not there yet. I'm at authorized. Token is the next step. Or this is how I get a token. No, this is how I get the, oh, thank you, Goldfish. Authorize. Okay, no, this is still, how old is this? Oh, 2 years ago. That's not helpful. I don't know if any of this documentation has been even remotely updated recently. Like, I would think so, because it's Twitch, but is there a... Not really. Through headers, rams.
We've got ads.
Oh, shit, ads. Well, that is literally the same code. All right. Oh, I didn't like that. 79. But that's fine. Oh. That should not be there. What if that's breaking stuff? No. But if this is get, it doesn't care. Really? No, it definitely cares. Okay. Oh, is it? It's supposed to be that. That's why. Oh, no, it wouldn't be. There. Yeah, res is defined here, so it has to be inside of this. Oh. All right, connection refused is a different problem, and that's good. Different problems are still progress. This is a web server, right? No, can't be. That's here instead of a function they didn't even call. That's... Let me just try this. Still connection refused, but it's refused on a different port. Which is fine. That makes sense. 443 is for HTTPS and port 80 is for create connection after connect multiple. Connection refused. Okay, where is that error being thrown exactly? Here. Let's on error. No, it's not there. Where? Socket error, socket. Objections. HTTP client 5. This should make no difference. It's not. Look it up. getting massively fucking annoyed with this. So I'm going to do something on my other monitor here real quick. What I'm going to do is just put in the URL using HTTP GET encoding. id.twitch.tv/OAuth2 authorize. Missing response type. Right, yep, good. That's an expected error. Response type code. And client ID equals. Okay, I have to actually get that out of something different. Okay, so we got this, which is what I expect to get. Except it's probably because I didn't request any specific permissions. So let me try that. Let me try and scope equals channel manage polls. We're going to change response type from code to token. Hereby leave Twitch. Twitch has no control over the content security of. Okay, I don't really understand why this is doing this. First of all, it doesn't even look right. Like, this doesn't look like anything out of Twitch. This error indicates the request is timing out, usually because we're trying a URL that can't resolve. Check the URL you're trying. Oh shit. No, this isn't an issue. Okay. I thought maybe for a second that Windows Defender was being hypersensitive, but that's not it. Okay, that makes sense. Sort of. Same issue. That shouldn't have happened, but okay. All right, let's try something slightly different. I'm going to do applications, other app right here. I'm going to manage that. I'm going to take this client ID, this. Okay. Oh, right. This is gotta go. Oh, it's refused there too. Oh, no. Getting really fucking tired of captchas. Alright, I guess I'm gonna try something different. Because this doesn't work. It's... And it could be me, it could be a configuration with something I've got set up, because I have no idea what I'm doing. I've never done any of this before. Ah. I don't want. Okay, this is the standard HTTP module. That's it. Right. Alright. Automatic JSON parsing is a good thing because all of my responses are going to come in the form of JSON. So npm install Axios. Okay. Yeah, no, we don't do that. All right. This is fine. I don't actually use this, I don't think. Resource consumption, trim new lines. A chomp function that breaks, really? Tough cookie prototype, vulnerability.
We've got ads.
Bucket. PM. Audit. Neat. It has more vulnerabilities now. There we go. We backstepped it. Alright, that's fine. Alright, let's do Axios. And I may not need parser anymore, which would be good. Well, I will for this thing. Alright. Oh, okay, you just add them like that. Okay, that's fine. So we say, instead of this, which we're going to just comment out quick. We're going to say, get this ops URL. Oops. It's probably not supposed to do that. Oh, no, it is. It spit out the HTML. It literally ran this console log response data. Yeah, that's literally all the JavaScript. That's not what I wanted to respond with, though. I wanted to respond with a JSON string. Oh. There we go. Okay, that's a request and a response. We are making fucking progress. That is what I expect to get. It is a lot bigger than Twitch said it would be. Okay. Oh, because it what did it print? There's the request object. I didn't want the request object, I just want the response. Oh, 400 message missing response type. It's not. It's right there. Okay. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay, no, it doesn't like that. It's not. I'm looking at an AI generated thing. No wonder I'm having fucking problems. Oh, okay. Check it. It's Rams. That's a mess, but different, but also the same. I don't know if this is an error or not. It's probably an error. It's not, because I changed this to token. I want. Same thing. Is this a list of all the scopes? No. Okay, this page has no content. It's literally all JavaScript. I was hoping for maybe a hint of something being wrong or something in there, but there's nothing. Okay. Alright, so instead of all of this, we're going to say okay, got a response. So now I know where it's firing. It's actually receiving data that's from Twitch, not the thing exploding, which I expected. So let's do. Let me get a status code. Not Python. That's not correct then. Or is it? Am I supposed to punch that into it and then eval it? That doesn't sound right. Can I say that? Probably not. It's in the URL. I am getting a token back. No. No, that's response type token. That's scope. Okay, no, that's the URL I sent. Okay. Okay, that's expected. But the data that I'm getting, I'm not getting an object when I send the correct information. I'm getting an HTML page, which is not right. It's not what I want. Alright guys, it is almost like 1:30 in the morning. And I'm saying that, but there's nobody here. Is there? Yeah, no, everybody went to bed. Alright, wrapping up stream for now, but I am going to keep cracking at this. And I will let everybody know how I make out on Discord. You know, if I make any more progress than this. So, good night. Appreciate you for joining me. Y'all rest well.